AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
And when we are
Right.
young, when we have a question, no one told us like, feel your body, focus on your body. What is your body telling you? No one told us that. So we have to relearn to come back into the body. And I really believe that we can access all the answers within us, literally within the body.
Yeah.
And the very powerful place to focus on is right below the belly button. And this has been a very powerful spot to work on in all the martial arts. In Chinese, they call Tan Dan Tian, Korean Danjan, Japanese, they call Tanden or Hara. Hara is the energy spot right below the belly button, or is close to the second chakra. This is the area you not only be able to open, but also gather energy.
Hi, guys. Happy Wednesday. Today's guest is Banya Lim. She's a multi-generational healer and energy coach with 30 years of experience as an acupuncturist and Oriental Medicine practitioner. She developed the Chi Mastery System, a profound and transformative energy coaching program. Grounded in energy awareness, somatic work, and meditation, this program empowers individuals to clear energetic blockages and align with their life's goals and thrive. This was such a fun but also like amazing conversation. I think if you are looking for some holistic wellness, this is a good place to start. I'm actually about to recommend this to my friend. Yeah, I don't have a lot more to say. I thought she was wonderful. Her energy was beautiful. We had such a good conversation that you're about to hear. So I'm not going to take too much time here. Thank you, Banya, for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. I love you, whether it's your first episode or well into the 200s. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, so I'm going to go so that I don't take too much of your time with this intro, because sometimes I'll just be yapping, you know. I think that's it though. So yeah, be well. Here's me and Banya. Emotionally unavailable. Well, hi and welcome. Will you pronounce your name for me?
Banya, it's like
Okay.
Tanya with a B.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. You can see that mine is spelled kind of weird, and so it's been pronounced a lot of ways throughout my life. So, I like to get the pronunciation correct. Well, it's very nice to meet you. I'm really excited for this conversation. I was reading over your profile again, and let me say this correctly. I'm going to switch really quick. Um, you're a spiritual acupuncturist and energy coach, and you developed the Chi Mastery System.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you've been in the energy space for 30 years. Were you raised around like the Eastern cultures, or like how were you so involved in that?
Oh, yeah. My journey started in Korea. I was born in Korea, raised there, and grew up in a family with many healers, more specifically my mother. My mother was an
Mm.
acupuncturist, energy healer, and she was very, very intuitive. And I always say she taught me everything that I know. And one of the main thing that she instilled in me and shared with me is that she always said that body always reveals the truth. And as a child, that I didn't really quite understood what she meant. When I start practicing my own medicine, my own work, the things that I've heard when I was young start to make sense. And when I start to work with the people and things come up, and just little things that she told me finally, sink in to my system, and I understood completely what she was trying to tell me.
Oh,
So
that's
I came
so
from a healer
cool.
family.
Yeah. I really like hearing that too, because I always wonder like how explicit to be. My my boys are older, so I don't talk to them about a lot of stuff because they're very sure they know everything. But, my 11-year-old, I'm teaching her a lot of the things I'm, like, learning in real time, and I always
Mhm.
wonder, like, how much of that she's taking in, but it's cool to know that, like, even when it seems like they're not taking it in, it makes sense when it makes sense. I like that.
Oh, they'll remember. They'll
I love
remember.
that.
I remember my mom told me when I was 7 years old, "Oh, now I finally got it." Yeah, they'll remember for sure.
That's so cool. So, how did you begin being an acupuncturist?
So my mom was an acupuncturist. Kinda we have a kinda lineage within our family being healers. I didn't think that I would become an acupuncturist, but I myself went through a lot of physical issues and also emotional issue. I had a depression, and I
Mhm.
have IBS. And also that turns into ulcerative colitis, and my body really couldn't absorb any nutrient, and I often describes I felt like I was just literally like wither and dying at the time. Um, and even some of the practitioners who actually worked on me so like if you continue like this, we don't know if you can make it in like within 2 years. Your body's just not absorbing and taking in any nutrient that you're eating. Um,
Right.
that really catapulted me to really dive into the work that my family has been doing. And eventually what I focus on the acupuncture, energy healing, meditation, and movement, and those four things. And I remember there's a moment I remember very clearly there's a shift that happened within my body. And through the awareness, my awareness was that everything that I'm feeling, everything that I'm thinking, I'm making a choice. And based on that choice, my body responds. And at
Mm.
this moment, I can make different choice to how to feel and how to think. But this is such an obvious thing that probably a lot of people know that we can make choice on how we feel and how we think. But for me, it was such a it was just such a revelation for me. Like I can make different choice, and then my body will respond differently. So from then on, I made different choice. I catch myself. I have feeling depressed and being depressed. You actually tend to actually think a lot of negative things and
Mhm.
also a lot of negative things about yourself, and I have a lot of judgment about myself for not being good enough, not being smart
Mhm.
enough, not being pretty enough, all kinds of different things. And when I start make conscious choices, think differently and feel differently, and I still did this 3, 4 things: acupuncture, energy healing, and meditation. And I think all those things kind of marinated to the point like my body started to shift. And I think it might probably took me less than a year and a half. All my symptoms disappeared.
Wow. Wow.
And I remember even one of the doctors told me, even if you kind of survive this period, you're gonna have to deal with this for the rest of your life. But I don't have any of that. I
That's
probably am more
amazing.
healthier now at 56 than when I was in 26.
Mhm. People
Um,
are discounting what stress does to your physical body, and when you're living in this place where you're contracted and bracing and talking negatively to yourself, your tummy does not do well with that. So let me clarify something with you really quick. Um, when you say choice, do you mean the belief?
I think everything, belief, thought, feeling, emotion, but more
Mhm.
specifically emotion. Having
Yeah.
having different emotion. My emotion wasn't in a more darker and heavier place, and I
Mhm.
started to have different emotion, lighter, lighter emotion. And it didn't take overnight. It didn't take overnight. it still takes some time because I believe we are creatures of habit. Even
Mhm.
how we think and how we feel, and even emotion that we choose, whatever we're comfortable or how detrimental that might be, we keep choosing the same thing over and over.
Yeah.
But when I had awareness, like I can choose different emotion. That's the kind of turning point for me. But at the same time, I felt my body responded based on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Then
how did you
eventually
discover or rediscover that you could change your emotional state and make different choices? What was the eye-opening event?
well, I was studying Oriental Medicine, and there is a school. It's a master program in New York City, Pacific College of Oriental Medicine. So I was training to become an acupuncturist,
Mhm.
and part of it, big part of like really important stuff, I feel like I learned from my mother. But in order to get licensed and practice, you have to go to school and pass the exam and so on. So one of the class that reminded me of the things that my mom told me about how energetically emotion and body is connected.
Mhm.
So Oriental medicine or acupuncture are governed by two main theories, yin and yang theories and five element theories. Yin and yang is basically stating that there's some anything that exists in the universe, in the world, or there has to be a counterpart, like darkness, lightness, men, women, up, down, left and right, and one cannot exist without the other. So even though when we go through a lot of dark energy sometimes as experienced in life, but that's also helping us to understand the lightness and
Mhm.
also be able to appreciate lightness, so on. So there's our next there is a five element. There is based on the five element, it applies to everything that you know of, based on wood, fire, earth, metal, so on, and that it applies to direction, emotion, organs, color, taste, you name it, everything. So let's say wood. Wood's element, the organs are liver and gallbladder, and their emotion is anger.
Mhm.
And then when you apply it to direction, direction is east side. So this is a base of a feng shui. I don't know if you've heard of feng shui.
Yeah.
If someone has issues in their liver and gallbladder, their east side of the house is always messy. It's so funny.
Wow.
So by basically clearing out the east side of the house, you can actually feel the lightness in the liver and gallbladder.
Wow.
And that's just the one aspect. And if you apply to color, the color for the wood is green. And when you are intuitive, you naturally get drawn to color green because your body wants it. And this is another part that I talk about a lot, honoring your intuition, honoring your instinct. When your body telling you to do things, your body wants to do things, is when you naturally follow, you kind of lead into creating healing in your body. I don't know.
Yeah.
I often talk about the story of like, when I had a lot of anger the day before, when I wake up in the morning, I don't know why I get drawn to color green or just wanted to wear green color shirt. You're wearing green color doesn't mean that you're an angry person. And
It's the thing I struggle with the most. I
oh,
wouldn't say I'm, like, angry really anymore, but
uh-huh.
that's been the thing that kind of was the center for a really long time.
Yeah, for me too. And everyone goes through that, and everyone goes through that phase. But when you utilize the color green, it actually helps harmonize the energy. You will definitely see the difference when you wear different color clothes throughout the day.
Let me ask you this then. I believe you. But that's so funny because I've gone through phases in my life of what my favorite color was, okay? So for years, it was like a hunter green, okay? I mean, years. Then then I went through a red phase, and then I went in red or black, and then I went through pink for a little while and then back to red, and I've been back on green for the last few couple years. And so
Mhm.
that's so funny because it's my favorite color.
I really believe that we are unconsciously understanding what our body needs,
Mhm.
what our emotion needs to balance. So I really believe that you are just intuitively listening to, yeah, your body.
That's so cool. I had no idea that colors were so significant.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and even in China, when in ancient time, when emperor, when tailor making clothes for emperor or empress, they really went by this five element, based on five element of color and energy. And the metals in the organs are lungs and large intestine, and their emotion is sadness.
Mm.
So when someone go through a lot of sadness, they catch cold easily and they get sick easily. And someone who has a cold and it affecting the lungs, in ancient time, emperor, and the color is white.
Oh.
So even the food, when they're making food for emperor who has a cold, they tend to make food with a lot of white color, white, like a white daikon, white part of the green onion and things like that.
Because
And
the
then
color is what balances the back out, like, helps with the healing or whatever?
yes, yes.
That's so cool. What is red associated with?
Red is associated with the understanding joy and also want to invite joy into person's life.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so
So
cool.
joy, anger, and worry. Worry is yellow and kind of it always kind of work in harmony.
Mm.
Yeah. So if anybody want to learn more about this, just go to Google and put five element charts based on acupuncture. You'll get a whole bunch of
That's
charts. Like
so cool.
yes. And then you
So
can look
you already had a small awareness of things like that, and then you learned it kind of in a new way when you were in school. And so what, you just started practicing the stuff on yourself, or that was just the first way you understood that you could make different choices?
right. So I got to experience firsthand. It wasn't it was my get healing is not about just working on the physical aspect. There's an emotional aspect and there's energetical aspect. And but even modern acupuncture doesn't really talk about this in depth. Where
Mhm.
my mom always been telling me that you have to bring back the ancient tradition of acupuncture that has been lost in school. And when I actually went to school and studied, I realized what she meant by that because you become more of a Western medicine, just focus on the physical aspect. Okay, you have a headache, let's just stick needle into your head. You have a pain on
Yeah.
your back, let's stick needle into the back. So when I start practicing as an acupuncturist, this emotional, energetic, and spiritual aspects start bringing it in. So this is why I call my acupuncture spiritual acupuncture.
Yeah.
But it's not anything new. This is how it was done thousands of years ago, and I absolutely believe that. And then throughout practicing acupuncture, this is how I create Chi Mastery System. It's a coaching program to incorporate body somatic awareness, visualization, and meditation to help people to achieve health, physical health, emotional health, even in their business and their leadership.
Yeah,
Because
I could see that.
anything, anything people want to achieve, it's because if there is a blockages, it's energetical blockages within the body,
Mm.
literally within the body. When you unlock it, you get to achieve whatever goal you set out to achieve in your life.
So the well, okay, that actually makes more sense than it even did 5 seconds ago, because if our state of being is related to our subconscious beliefs, when we change those and we receive healing on something, obviously we're going to feel ready and more worthy and more able and more trusting to be able to accomplish that whatever we're wanting to do. So that makes perfect sense to me.
Yes. Yes.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro. On them, it's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us, with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
The 24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier or cancel. Finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99 and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Because as I share with you, my mom always tell me body always reveals the truth. And it just confirmed to me, and I get to understand the deeper layers of what she meant by that.
Mhm.
It's not just body's telling you because you have pain because that's a headache, but there's a story behind it. There's emotional aspect behind it. Even the five element there is telling you that there is a direct correlation and connection between the organs and how body respond to each emotion. And I'm just going deeper than just a connection to emotion. There is a thoughts, feeling that what's generating the blockages within the body. That's what blocking to the direction they where you want to go. It could be physical health, emotional balance, or just creating any success in your life. And because
Yeah.
your body is always talking to us, we just have to listen and honor it, and you get to know where the blockages are. Not only that, you also get to find answers within the body.
Yeah. So do you believe that even without something like acupuncture, there's a way to heal those things within yourself?
Absolutely, and that's what Chi Master System is. And oftentimes people say, "Yeah, this is like getting acupuncture without needles." And
Yeah.
I do most of the work through online these days.
That's so cool. So
Mhm.
what is the like I'm gonna assume that you have a pretty good like hygiene for your emotions and for your spirituality, and so this might be not an okay question, but I'm
Mhm.
wondering kind of what your day-to-day practices look like for yourself.
I absolutely love that question, actually. Um, I go through what everyone go through. There are some period in my life I thought that I was immune from all the dramas in the
Yeah.
world and all the pain in the world, and many events that happened in my life to completely humble me. And I think that also helped me to relate to other people
Mhm.
in a deeper level. And it it's not that I don't go through what other people go through. I have to go through exactly the same, but the duration of working through that process, it's just gotten shorter than when I
Yeah.
was in 20s or 30s. And I know the process, perhaps. And that's just what I'm sharing with the people.
Yeah.
And for me, by doing that, I can find a way to be healthier and emotionally more balanced. But I do go through what everyone goes through.
Yeah, and isn't it funny how because I kind of like say during a mental health crisis I had a spiritual awakening. And so it was an aha moment, and it was a shift, but then it was still probably, like, 7 months of just, like, muddling through before I got the right information to really change everything. But I had an expanded consciousness at that point, at least, you know?
Mhm.
But it's funny because I think this is a thing that we all go through if we're spiritual, is, like, you reach the stage of enlightenment where you're like, well, I'll just stay kinda tethered to that highest self, and I'm not gonna have to feel any of this human stuff, like, cause I
Mhm.
already know what the
Mhm.
blueprint here is, you know? And so,
Mhm.
I think we all kinda, like, have to figure out for ourselves, like, "Oh, nope, cause 'cause you're a human first." So, like, we
Yeah.
have to go through this.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I mean, I went through all those periods. You could call it even spiritual bypassing.
Yes,
Uh,
yeah.
Like you feel like you have done that and been there over it. And no, as long as we are in this physical body, in this three-dimensional world, you are not completely immune to it. There's layers of stuff you still have to work on. And
Mhm,
just we have to be open to I like the word change. Be open to change at all times. You are never done
yeah.
as long as we are here. And as I shared with you earlier, all those few of the humbling moments help me to see that, like, oh, yeah, I'm just like everyone else.
Mhm.
Only difference might be is that I I want healing, and I know I'm here to do the healing work for people because I see the results. I see the
Mhm.
changes in me, but also in other people. And there's something here that it can be very um, powerful in creating transformation. And I just want to share that.
I love that. So for me right now, I would say that this has shifted kind of or flowed or however you want to say as I've gone through this process. But for me right now, my guiding principle or kind of like the core is I am enough, and no matter what, I'm going to be okay. I am fundamentally supported by, m you know, the universe, source, whatever, higher power people wanna call it, and my highest self, and I have a path, and it's all gonna be fine. However, you know, what I go through, I grow through, and that's kind of my center. What is yours?
My center is that just every moment to just come back to my nourishing space within my body because that's where I get all the answers from,
Mhm.
and also that's where a homeostasis gets created.
Yeah.
When and every day when I get this right, I know that my focus is outside,
Mhm.
and that's when I have to pause and start to come back. Literally, I really believe that the most honest thing, most powerful thing that we have in our lives is our body. And we often forget, and we're trying to find answers outside all the time because we haven't taught this way. You know, when we
Right.
are young, when we have a question, no one told us like, feel your body, focus on your body. What is your body's telling you? No one told us that. So we have to relearn to come
Mhm.
back into the body. And I really believe that we can access all the answers within us, literally within the body.
Yeah.
And the very powerful place to focus on is right below the belly button. And this has been a very powerful spot to work on in all the martial arts. In Chinese, they call Dantian, Korean Danjan, Japanese, they call Tanden or Hara. hara. Hara is the energy spot right below the belly button, or is close to the second chakra. This is the area
Oh.
you not only be able to open but also gather energy. So most of the martial arts have been designed to bring energy into that spot. And when your
So it's like
energy
a
is
life
scattered,
force.
yes, yes. When your energy is scattered, when you catch yourself, just focus on that area and see what happens. You will feel grounded and centered right away.
Ooh, I love that. Thank you for that. That's awesome. And I guess, like you said earlier, how, like, you can be intuitively drawn to something without even realizing why. I find myself, like, holding that spot sometimes when I'm trying to ground, so that's funny. I didn't
Uh,
know that, so that's funny to me.
a lot of things we say, a lot of things we act, a lot of things that physically, like putting our hands or whatever, it's all coming from responding to energetical flow of within our body. Either meridian gets closed or blocked based on that we
Mhm.
feel things. So one good example is that urinary bladder and kidneys are connected to fear. And the urinary bladder channels or the meridian runs in the back of the body next to the spine all the way down. So when someone has a lot of fear, those meridians start to close up. This is why we say that when we have very fearful, we say, I have a chill going down my spine.
Oh
And
my
there's a lot of
gosh.
other examples. I can think of all of them right now. Like God, I have a gut feeling, and when you get angry, you put your hands on the side of the body because that's where the liver gallbladder meridian runs. This
Oh
is
my
like
gosh.
universal justice. If someone come at you like this, that you know that they're not necessarily happy with you because there's
Yeah, yeah.
related to anger. So all the posture, the movement, the things we say, the sayings, proverbs, that a lot of it is connected to based on how we feel the energy within the body.
Wow. So this is probably not like as simple to answer as I'm going to ask the question, and that's fine if not. But let's say I'm noticing pain in a certain area and I know it's connected to a certain emotion. Am I then to try to figure out the origin of the emotion?
Let's say you have a pain on your index finger. You don't know why that is. Maybe press both index fingers or thumb. And someone like me or acupuncturists know that those meridians are related to emotion of sadness and connected to large intestine and lung meridians. And large intestines and lung meridians and lung and large intestine lungs and large intestines are connected to sadness. So in the
Mm,
beginning of my practice as an acupuncturist, I just wanted to know what's the connection, what's the relationship. So I oftentimes just throw the information to my patients. You know, you're consistently having this pain there, but the meridians of connection has a relationship to emotion of sorrow and sadness. And I myself didn't know much at the time, so I just give them the information. And it's incredible. Oftentimes they are the one give me like, you know what? This pain started when the day my mom passed away.
oh, wow.
Or something like this. So they're sharing all this information and what was going on. And I start to understand deeply what how intricately the emotion is connected to ailments in the body.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
Wow.
a question. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Well, I don't know. The only way I have learned thus far to I mean, I'll know mostly, like, on a surface level where an emotion is coming from, but how far back do you find that people need to go
Mhm.
to make a difference?
Okay. The, the the key is that you don't have to try to figure it out.
Okay.
You individually, when you tune into your body will guide you. It's like a stream. It's like a salmon finding its home. And when you trust the body, just sink into your body, you will find sense of relaxation and peace, and it will naturally guide you where you need to go. It's only when you go up to your head, you try to
Yep.
figure everything out. This journey is not you figuring everything out. You don't have to figure it out. You just let your body do what it needs to do.
Yeah. Oh, and I know that. But I love to analyze and try to figure something out. So thank you for reminding me because you're right. Whenever and I'm going to make this clarification for people who may be at the beginning of this journey who like me do not understand because I had no understanding of being in my body or anything because I was an in my head kind of person. Um and so, I would say as a point of clarity, it is that simple. You really will just tune into your body, and maybe the first few times, it's not gonna be some revelatory thing where hear the word of God being spoken to you or whatever, but you can direct peace to a certain area of your body just through sitting there focusing on it.
Mhm.
So it is that easy, and we're not saying anything, metaphorically. We're being very literal about how to tune into your body, so I just wanna make that point of clarity because I had no idea. Well, because, so much is dramatized, so much of how we are programmed, especially, if we weren't lucky enough to have mothers who could teach us anything, but, so much of how we're programmed and socialized is through media that we consume, and the way the Eastern cultures are shown in the West is very dramatized. So there's always some metaphor or allegory to look at when so much of this work really is literal, where you're just focusing on an area
Mhm.
and directing energy to it. So
Mhm.
I just, it's this is how we bring the East to the West, is for people to understand. It's not, we're making it too difficult.
Yeah, thank you for highlighting that. I really believe without being making it grandiose, I really believe that I moved to America to really bring this Eastern philosophy and healing method to bring to people in a digestive way because
Yeah.
it is actually quite simple and very natural.
Yeah, and you obviously have, like, the gift of translation where you can teach things in a way that are very easy to understand.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, okay, so is there anything that you feel like you didn't get to share about your method?
Um, no, I think we cover pretty much everything. And I also want to offer and your audience, if they want to explore this, I will offer free clarity session. They can just go to my website and sign up.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Okay, I will make sure that I include your website in the show notes, but do you wanna say it out loud too?
It's banyalim.com, my name, and lim.com.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool that you offer that. Thank you. I'm
You
really
want
excited for I hope that people will take you up on that because that's really nice. Um, and then so are you active on social media or like are there other places to find you?
Yes, I'm in Instagram. Kind of just started, and I
Okay.
some tips and information, daily practices that you can do. So I put some there, and I have
I'll be following
YouTube,
that for
uh,
sure.
so you can get some information there.
That's so cool. Okay, so I'll make sure I include your website and your Instagram in the links in the show notes. So audience, feel free to check there so you can go take advantage of this free clarity session. Yeah, and I'm really excited to watch your like daily tips and stuff because um I feel like I'm kind of like there's like phases in your journey. I feel like this is the phase that I'm entering is like getting my mind body connection really sorted out.
Yes, yes. Just make sure to catch yourself if you're in your head or in your body and you feel like things get complicated, then you're not going the right direction. When you drop into the body, things gets very simple.
Ugh.
You might still have 1,000 things to do, but you don't know why, but things feel simple. That means you are grounded, you're in the body.
Ooh, I love that. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate this conversation, and I am so happy that you are in the world doing this work because I know it is great work and much needed. And I'm so excited I got the information today, and I can't wait to learn more from you.
Thank you, Malisa. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna push stop if you'll hang out for 1 sec.
Hey, make sure you've given the show a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening to if you haven't already. And check out my website, empoweredwithmelisahepner.org, or my link tree on Instagram at melissa.hepner to check out my latest offers or workshops. All right, that's it from me. So make sure that you check out the show notes for links. And until next time, let's all just keep swimming.
INDEPE and cut.